Hello and welcome. It's time for another Brewsday Tuesday, and today I have something special to share with all of you. It finally happened. The most logical thing finally took place, and wait for it. There we go, all the way up there. The stream is now sponsored by Mana Traders, so if you want to start getting into Magic Online, you can actually support the stream while doing so, while getting yourself a nice little 20% discount when you use the coupon code FpawBrews. So, little bit of good news there. It makes sense for the last modern streamer to finally be sponsored by a MTGO rental service, so that's where we are. So super excited about this, very happy to see all of you hanging out here. New sponsorship for you to blog, exactly, precisely. So yeah, and also if you use Mana Traders, there you go. Also, if you use that referral link that you have over there, you can also support the stream with your purchases as well. So that's pretty sweet. Now, after having said that, it's time for some Titan Vial. So last week I managed to vial in a Primeval Titan. It was a life-changing experience. I need more now. I need more. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. So this deck started out as a meme, but it was absolutely hilarious. So I loved it. Somehow we even 4-1 with this list. I don't understand what happened. But but this just happened. So basically you play Vial on 1, and then on turn 7 you get to play a Titan for free. Like, how insane is that? Unbeatable. Now the ways that we basically Vial, it's kind of like how can I say, like a thing that just happens as you are developing your game plan, but we are very much like a mid-range value plan deck. So we have Reclaimer, we have a couple of Steves to ramp, and we have Thalias to slow down our opponents. We have a bunch of actually we have a bunch of business in the 3-drop slot. We have Dryads to go with our Valakuts. We have Fierce Empath. We have Raminap. Raminap actually impressed a lot last week when we played the deck for the first time. Tracker to get some value, getting some clues, drawing some cards. Cursor so we can gain some lives, and Eternal Witness because value, of course. ¿Qué haces, gordo? ¿Todo bien? No sabes el delirio que es este mazo, loco. es una belleza. Oracle of Moonlight to play some extra lands and to also keep drawing more cards. Questing Beast because it's just freaking sweet. Golos as kind of like a... Golos is here mostly as a 5-drop to basically pave our way before prime time comes down. And then a one of Woodland Bellower that we can go get with Fierce Empath, just because it's hilarious. Is Evolution Stage as fast as I think? Yes, it is. It's basically like a 3-2 that 3-mana 3-2 that doesn't do anything unless you already have a Vial in play. It's not a card that I'm interested in. I've seen multiple people suggest it already, but like it's just not what we want. Like, I'd rather have good cards instead. Or value cards at least. What else? Sideboard, Path to Exile, Celestial Purge. This card is very good right now. Damping Sphere against the combo decks, Knight of Autumn, and Force of Vigor against enchantments / artifacts, and also against aggro decks because we can gain some life. Mind Sensor for Titan decks and Scape Shift and whatnot, and Thrugtusk against the aggro decks. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Yeah, Jose, the good news are that I am now sponsored by Mana Traders. So that link that you see up there, those are the good news. Very good news. Exciting news. Great news. Magnificent news. Etc. Took them long enough? Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Turn 1 Vial. The nuts. This hand is insane. This hand is so good. Thank you, Mishra's Masterpiece. I appreciate it. Look at how sick this hand is. Turn 1 Vial. Turn 2 get a land. Vial. I think I'm not gonna play. I'm just not going to. Like, we have Reclaimer, so we're gonna get more value by actually activating these Flagstones. So I'm gonna do just this. That's the term. Playing against Tron, so we do have a Field of Ruin in the deck, and we also have a Ghost Quarter, I think. No, we don't. We just have the Ghost Quarter. That's fine though. T is fine. We want both of these vials going up. Ooh, hello there. Let's name Dryad here. Let's cast the Dryad. Whoops. Oh, now we can't activate. Oh, actually punt it here. Well, that sucks. I fucked up, chat. Got too excited. That's alright. I should have held on to this Dryad, obviously. What is this? Oh, this is E-Tron. Oh, sweet. Is my opponent not respecting? Can we kill this now? We can definitely kill this, right? So what we do is we get Valakut, then we play a land, and we play a land. Trigger, kill this. GTFO. And now we have instant speed stuff. And we have lethal next turn. What is this? Walking Ballista? Sure. All right. So we definitely want to get something that we don't already have in play. So I guess we're going to get this. And let's target them. Titan decks, whenever they sign Valakut, should probably be fired. Whoever they sign Valakut is a great ally. Oh, another Dryad. Cool. Imagine not drawing perfect, chat. Like, imagine not drawing the best possible card. I guess the best possible card would have been Bellower, because like that also gives us a 6/6. Bellower or Fierce Empath would have been the nuts there. All right, so we want these, we want that one, we want this. Not even. We played Vial on turn 1 and turn 2. Only activated them once. Can you believe Valakut was on the Modern Balance at one point? It was, which is funny. It kind of makes sense, honestly. Okay, so we actually have to sideboard here. Let's get this Thalias out of here and... It's kind of it, right? We could play Damping Sphere. I don't think I'm into Damping Sphere. Deck is too fast for Vial. I know, it's just like... It's really tough to, you know, win before... It's tough to not win before actually Vial being relevant, you know? Tough. Pretty tough. So we want this. We want Oracle. We want Dryad, of course. What do we not want? Galaxy's alright. Maybe we don't want vials. Be okay putting it back on the ban list? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they did eventually. I don't think they will, but if they did, it wouldn't be like the craziest thing to ever happen. It's not gonna happen, I don't think. When I played Mori, Belaware definitely overperformed. Yeah, Belaware is a hilarious card. If you pay 5 for it, it's even better, of course. In this deck, his goal is just a 5-drop that fetches field Valakut? Yes. Exactly. Big Amulet Rings was Valakut advanced so I can flex playing the hardest deck in Modern. Alright, yeah. Back in the day when playing Amulet was 5 head. That was 6. Five. Brutal. Wusa, thank you for the host. Welcome everybody from Wusa's stream. Alright. Our hand was shit. I guess my opponent's hand was worse than shit, so that's fine. Opponent found the line. I mean, I'll take it, right? Like, our hand was terrible. We're gonna go to 4. I think that the Vial, the demoralization powers of Vial, just casting Vial on turn 1 and 2 and never activating them, was just too much for my opponent to bear, and they just had to concede. Just too much. Too much. Ban it. Keep this. We're on the play, which is honestly kind of awkward, because we're gonna need to, like, play the Bog on 1. And we're totally going to be getting paired against Dredge. Or something like that. What's going on with people playing, like, these kind of cards now? Like, why are they doing that to themselves? I guess I could have played around this. Whoops. Very funny how, like, Thalia is just holding back my opponent's entire board state here. Judge's Familiar. What the fuck? Sure, I guess I'm gonna track her here. Am I gonna copy Shepherd Dunes? I think so, right? Might be value down the line. So in order to flip the Keithian, they would need to attack with the Alien Arbiters. At least with one of them. I'm not able to stay for the stream, but you know the drill. Violent Titan post on Twitter, get 500 beats. Sounds good, Shana. Sounds good. You will hear from my people. My people will get in touch with your people. Don't worry about it. So they get a free path to exile if they want. If they have double path, we're actually in a lot of trouble. So hopefully they don't have to. So kind of like our out is to draw Blast Zone. So if we top deck Blast Zone, we start going ham on them. What is this? Legends landed. Okay. Well, that's fucked up. That one is fucked up. So now we are in trouble. We were fine-ish until right about now. Okay, so we're gonna play Raminab, I guess. And crack a clue. I guess that we might be able to find Courser, so I should crack the clue first. Yeah, this is the mono white tokens list. Oh, that's definitely not. Definitely not what I was looking for there, but it's okay. Funny enough, the Thalia is actually doing work here because it's not allowing my opponent to play the Anthem, the Force. Build your Bounty list in paper and it's so much fun. I've been losing with it a lot, but it's a long-forgotten feeling to lose because of little misplays instead of being completely owned by person decks and drawing it for 5 turns. Yeah, that's fair. It's a different feeling, that's for sure. Yeah, 100%. That deck is really, really cool. That deck is very, very cool. So they could have path. So I think I'm gonna triple block the Arbiter. They're probably gonna kill the tracker regardless, but I really want to get this. I really want to get this guy dead, and if I block and they path me in response, we get super owned. So by doing this, I'm forcing my opponent to have exactly double path to exile. And now dealing with a single Arbiter is a lot more manageable. My opponent is certainly ahead though. And destructible. Probably draw attacks Gideon to his next turn. So they can force my dude to attack. That sucks for me. Comes with 4/4 human soldiers with indestructible, that's still a planeswalker. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So this Thalia is gonna die, but the good thing is that we don't really care about the Thalia, so that's cool. Okay, so we can Titan next turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we play this, we pay for Arbiter, we fetch, we get a basic forest, we play Empath, we get Prime Time, And now Thalia attacks, whatever. We have 0 cards left in hand. So we're gonna have to go chomping, but then we're gonna get 4 zombies. Create a 1/1 that doesn't do anything. I think we're gonna have to chomp with this Ramina. Unless they... Okay, they don't have Ghost Quarter. Oh, they have this. So this might be just lethal. Yeah. The Shifted Dunes might be lethal. So we block, we take 4, 8, 11, 12. Yeah, that's actually lethal. Brutal. So close. It was the double arbiter that got us. It's okay. Actually, oh no! I misclicked the submit button. Really quickly. I guess I don't want force. I do want this. Don't want this. I don't want Thalias, I think. Alright, so I misclicked on the submit button, so that's why I wanted to make sure that I could. So now we figure that out. Alright, so we were able to submit. That's cool. Turn 1 Vial, keep, Sneep, best hand. Why didn't we just play a land for him so we could play the other Thalia? Because I was suspecting that I was going to need to chomp, so I wanted to get value. Maybe it was wrong. Turn 1 bird unbeatable. I know. How am I supposed to beat that? It's a 1/1 flyer for 1, right? What the hell? So if they play Cat Jesus, which they don't. I guess I still want to play a Courser here regardless. Courser or Dryad? It's definitely going to be one of these. Courser. All right. More value from Courser. I mean, it's the same because like it's just a matter of what do I rather get pathed, and I think I'd rather get the Courser pathed than the Dryad, right? Because if the Dryad doesn't get pathed, that means that we get to trigger Valakut. So that seems better to me. But in terms of getting value, we're not getting value from Courser this turn because we already made our land drop. They can't even attack to trigger Lich. Oh, they can. Okay. So I can time walk them here. I think that's okay. So I force them to pay 3 mana. And this basically taps them out for the turn. Yeah. Like this is fine. Now we're gonna get some tracker value. So we can't attack the Gideon. Good, good. Good, good. Play land. Trigger. Trigger, trigger. Is this deck sick or what? Play another land. We get to crack a clue now. It's too much fire. Oh. There you go. We're currently 1-1. I think you mean needs help. Yes, you're correct. I missed what you're talking about, sadness. I'm going to assume that it was great. Leonin Arbiter? Shit. So I guess I'm not gonna be cracking a clue. Oh, you said this deck is sick? Oh yeah, definitely. Mountain Metamorphose and 3. I don't even need it because I don't need Metamorphose because I have Triad. And next turn we win. Just play Valakut and go nutso. That's cute that they get to put a counter on the Gideon. Take that vial up! Take that vial up! And GG's, my friend. GG's. Yes, I would like to resolve that trigger. I would also like to play this dude. I would also like to get this Valakut card. And now I would like to kill this. Thank you very much. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew pew. Titan Vial. Titan Vial. Send back the wing to wait until you can Vial in Titan. Yeah, I wish we could get there. There's literally money on the line for me if I get to Vial in a Titan. Alright, now that I am not stupid and I have not hit the submit button, let's actually take my time and think about how to properly sideboard here. So I feel like I want an out of autumn, but I don't want the Force of Vigor. The Thraptus sounds good. Maybe Oracle of Moldiah is kind of medium. I think I actually like this sideboard configuration. We could have Bellower over Golos, maybe. I don't think I want to do that, though. So happy not gonna get to play against you with this. Isn't this deck hilarious, Wusa? Like, for real. This is... I'm pretty proud of this one. I'll say that much. I'm pretty proud of this one. Can play this deck in paper and have almost all the cards just by default. So we have Vial, we have... Our mana is shit, so we kind of have to fix that, but it's okay. Because we can Vesuva our own Flagstones, and then we can get a green source that way, which is a kind of a backdoor way of doing it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. The most important thing is that we do have access to a Learning Arbiter, an answer to a Learning Arbiter. This is the game that Vial is going to get to do some work. This should probably not be my opponent's deck anymore, right? So if I want to play this on 3, I'm going to have to Flagstones. Vesuva copy Flagstone, so I have an untapped green source on 3, which I think is probably going to be correct. So they play GQ. So many white sources you could play Angel's Grace in the side for combo decks. Yeah, I mean, we're basically a straight up blue green white deck, so you can... Oh my. That's the line, opponent. Yeesh. So yeah, we can basically splash whatever the hell we want. The Onion Relic Warder. I mean, if they're killing their own dude for that, killing their own land for that, I'm not too upset about it. This means we get to save the Vesuva, which I'm okay with. But now that we're hitting our land drop, I kind of don't care about the Relic Warder. Like, we could path this if we wanted to, but I don't want to. Unless my opponent maybe plays like... Yeah, like they're missing land drops. There's no way that I'm going to play anything into this. Legion's Landing. Well, that's actually kind of annoying now, because they would get a land anyway. So I think I'm just going to path now. We get our Vial back online. Oh no, I could have knighted this. Oh, that was a huge mistake. I gave them a land for no reason. Whoops. My bad. My bad. It's still going to be okay, though. Not too worried. I'm exposing the Valakut because we already have Eternal Witness, so we kind of don't care too much if it gets destroyed. My friend has sold for an extended foil urn. I've never seen a chance he gets banned. I mean, there is a chance he gets banned, yes. There definitely is a chance it gets banned. It's not likely. It's not particularly likely that it gets banned. This works, right? This works the way I want it to. We pay 3 mana. We Eternal Witness back to Flagstones. I float a mana. I sack, trigger on the stack, pay for Arbiter. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that this works the way that I want it to. So land number 1, keep this, trigger on the stack, pay for Arbiter, yes. Get a snow-covered plains. Play Vesuva. Kill. Kill. Always yes, always yield. Always yes. GG's. Listen to the podcast I quoted Twitter yesterday. Do you think the new Explorer argument has legs? I think it's like I am definitely with Harlan on that argument. Like I think that there's actually a lot more value in Explorer than people give it credit. There is certainly a lot more value in Explorer than people give it credit for. That is just a fact. Now, is it worth exploring? Titan Vial, Titan Vial, Titan Vial, Titan Vial. Good times were had by all. I definitely think that there's an argument for exploring a list that plays all the 1-drops. And I do think that what Zach was saying about the deck basically not having been rebuilt is true. Like, I certainly agree with that. Like, people, like, we all kind of just, like, switch cards around after the Once Upon a Time ban, and we don't really wondering or asking ourselves too much about it. What was that clue art? I like it. Oh, I have no idea. This is not the nuts, but it's probably keepable. The nuts would be if we find flagstones. This is one very toxic Tron player. They said, hey, good luck. They also have the name of a Latin singer, Manu Chao, who was very popular back when I was a kid. Think Explore Titan Vial could be a deck. Why not? The card is great. You mean with the other thing, with Growth Spiral? I think the Growth Spiral is just strictly worse Explore. I am not sure how excited I am about putting Growth Spiral in my AmuLIT deck. What's the reason for Woodland Bellower? It finds Dryad. We have a 3-drop that finds our 6-drops, and then we have the 6-drops that find our 3-drops. Full circle. It's a beautiful thing. I love the stop when we cast the vial. This moment standards affects the prices, but the art of the extended foils is so pretty. If you are a person that only play it on collect cards, then don't buy it. We have to remember a cost with banned. The only card will not get banned is because they're already banned. Yeah, every card can get banned. That is definitely true. Sure. So I could play, but I kind of don't want to play into their remand. So I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. I don't want them to be able to draw cards. I think we're playing an Escape Shift. It means they get to Growth Spiral, so maybe this is just wrong. Oh, maybe it is Wreck instead. It might be a Wreck. Next turn, we're going to be able to Violin, Ewit, get back Reclaimer. We have multiple very, very good draws here. Our opponent in Temur colors doesn't have that many answers to Dryad. At least not like 1-for-1 answers to Dryad. What's up, Donnie? How's it going? First things first. I think I'm actually going to do this. That's kind of a sick draw, by the way. And I'm mostly doing this to have my opponent tap out. Maybe they'll do something. And if they don't, just value could them. Sometimes you just gotta value cute them. Even if they have like a bounce spell or something, we can just Vial in the Dryad anyway, so. This deck is something else, chat. This deck is something else. Thalia sounds great in the matchup. I think I want all of my lands. Oracle seems kind of rough. For trading 4 mana for 1 in a lightning bolt is not something I'm particularly excited about. I guess I kind of want to cut the Mind Sensors. Like I'm assuming that my opponent's on the Reclamation deck. They are not on Scape Shift. If I see that they're on Scape Shift, I'm definitely gonna bring in Mind Sensor, obviously, but. And I'm gonna cut the Knights. We want Steve. I think we do want Reclaimer. What is this list? Will. Oh, Will. You're in for a treat, my friend. You are in for a treat. An absolutely delightful treat. Considering cutting Tracker. What are you looking at? You're looking at Titan Vial, my friend. Titan Vial. Today is Brewsday Tuesday. Shit goes crazy on Brewsday Tuesday. New best deck in the meta, exactly. Would have loved to find an untapped land there. Untapped land would have been perfect. Like to being the first one to cast the Vial of a Valakut. Thank you. I'm gonna play the Vial. They can remand it or whatever. Lots of one-ups of no pack sounds sketchy. What do you mean? We have Fierce Empath and we have Woodland Bellower. We do have some tutoring options. Untap land. Brutal. Kind of sucks. Bellower and Empath are also one-offs. Yeah. What's your point? I can't play one-offs in my deck because I need, like, it's I like to play one-offs in my decks. Elder Gargaroth. That one is something. Definitely bring this up. We probably can get remanded here or gusted. It's fine. Bog was probably our best draw. Now we're gonna have to face the Wrath. The Wrath of Udo. Cryptic. Okay. So they're drawing Cryptic, which is bad for us, obviously. Playing around Mana Leak there. Maybe I shouldn't be. YOLO, I guess. Because if we find a land, we can Violin and try it. It's another Thalia. That's not very good. They correctly are like, yeah. The only problem is that the Euro is a 6/6, and by shocking there, I went down to 18. So now we are in a... Definitely no blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they... That's a combo. So I'm gonna leave these on 3, I think. Gives me more play. Not a good draw. Land. It's not a land. So we can actually get more land drops in a very, very, very roundabout way. So we can... Return target permanent topple creatures. Suck this. So Cryptic Thistles. Now we get to attack. Attack with everything at the Ashiok. They're gonna get to trade with my Tireless Tracker. Or the double Champerino. Oh, there we go. Can't play this Vial, but that's fine. All right. Just pointing out that the deck could be more consistent by playing more tutors or less toolbox cards. Every card that is in my deck, I wanted it to be in my deck. That's why it is in my deck. If that makes sense. Like, it might be weird to say, but the thing that is the thing, right? Like the fact that I actively want those cards to be in my deck. That's why they are there. So they can make 3 Zombos. Good thing is we can gain life at instant speed. Because my opponent didn't answer my Vial. So Cryptic goes back on top. Keep this Vial on 3. We're probably going to have to use this Vial to Violino the Knight of Autumn to trump this. So play more consistent, like it probably could make you find the cards more often. We're playing a Thalia deck. I don't want to be playing an Alhambra Skull in my Thalia deck, right? Taboo creatures, draw a card. It's kind of awkward. Well, the good thing, however, like we just let this go, and if we get to chain 2 lands here, maybe we can get away with it. So we just have to draw and find 2 lands on the top, and we have a shot. That's 1. We don't have the second one, brutal. So now we're gonna die to this second Cryptic. Thalia deck, play Finale of Devastation. That way the tax applies to our X. This deck might need an extra tutor or two. So I could show them the Knight of Autumn, but I think I'm just gonna concede here. Maybe they're not playing Reclamation. I assume that they are, however. Definitely want Thalia's. Like, what would you cut? Like, if we cut tutors, that means that we don't get to play this, or we don't get to play this, or we don't get to play this, or we don't get to... Like, every tutor that you want to put in my deck, we can cut. Like, the only cuttable card that I see is Questing Beast and Oracle of Muldaya. These are the only two cards that I could see cutting. And I don't want cards... Like, I think I'd rather have access to this effect instead of having access to Eladamber Skull. Like, it's just... You folks are minimizing the cost of casting the card Eladamber Skull, which is 2 mana. It works well with our Vial. I'm not gonna say no, but like that means that I'm not leaving myself the out to draw this effect, and I also don't have... Like, the whole point is that I want to have stuff to Vial in on the way up the chain, right? Otherwise, like, Golos is there because it's a 5-drop. If Golos costed 6, I would not be playing Golos, or 4. Like, Golos is here because it just, like, bridges the gap and gives me something to do at 5 mana. These cards are here mostly for curve purposes. But I don't want to have, like, 1, 2, 3, 6. That doesn't seem like a great curve. Be a keyword. Well, like, Questing Beast would have been insane right there, right? You can Violin Questing Beast after your opponent has stabbed the team, and this attacks through all the zombie tokens. It clears the Ashiok. Like, that's what it does. I think I like the Mind Sensors better than Knight of Autumn. Has anyone redeemed the New Round League yet? Well, the point is that you can't redeem for it. I don't think that you can actually get 1 billion points. Maybe you can. I don't know. Sure, this hand sounds great. Keep it. You just have to draw business. We're gonna be fine. Oh, I submitted 61? Oh shit. Whoops. It's okay. So I packed enough attack to make it cost 1, so it's more fair. Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking, chat. That's the stuff. Ugh. Hello. And they probably can't answer this, so they have to fetch on the top 4. Ugh, they found it. What's the cost monetary-wise for a Dono League? Good question, Asim. There you go. Is this deck hilarious or what? He's so ridiculous. This deck is so ridiculous. Alright, what you got, opponent? Cryptic, Return Dryad. So I think I'm not gonna do anything here. Play a land, replay my Dryad, move to combat, and I think I am going to hold on to this Sanctuary. Because if we draw any land, we're going to start to trigger Valakut, and we have double Dryad to make sure that that works. Can you explain to me why Reclaimer seems to be a good choice right now? I saw it in various normal AmuLIT lists recently, and I can't understand. Thanks. Reclaimer is a card that if you until you don't see it in action, it's really, really tough to get to see the true power level of the card, if that makes sense. Like, the card is very, very, very good. But if you have never seen it in action, then it's not obviously good, basically. It's very, very good, but it's not like good in a very obvious sense. So I recommend you check out my VODs in YouTube to see it in action and to see what I'm talking about. How has this been so far? We're 2-0 right now. This is game 3. Ah, Shiok. That sucks. Go to Plains. I think I'm going to start taking the Vial up now. And I'm going to attack Raminap at them and the other 2 at Ashiok. This means that we get to clear the Ashiok so they cannot continue milling themselves looking for Uro. And if they could cast Gust, they can only gust the one that's going at their face, and they cannot gust the one that is attacking Ashiok. Yep. This is Titan Vial. Wow, my opponent has not whiffed a single time when fetching with Mind Sensor. They have hit every single time. Opponent confirmed Lucksuck? Maybe. So I think I'm going to leave these on 4 because we can top deck exactly Questing Beast. And my opponent is dead on board as it stands. And the only way that they can not be dead is with Cryptic Tap. So... and if they Cryptic Tap, then that means that they're not going to... that means that I'm going to get to resolve whatever I want to resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, here comes a Cryptic Tap. Tap all creatures, draw a card. And here we have my opponent dead already. So I'm gonna bog them with this Golos. I could have gotten field, but like my opponent is already dead to my board. I don't need any more board state. What I need is to make sure that my opponent cannot cast an Uro and come back from this, or start chaining Cryptics with Mystic Sanctuary. What happened to the Dryads? I shuffled them away because my opponent played an Ashiok, so they would have been able to mill me and actually kill the Dryads. Trying to give you money. Please let me give you money for a league. Oh yeah, Donnie, what do you mean? Like a dono league? Yeah, if you want the dono league information, you can do it there. Thank you, by the way, Donnie, I appreciate it. Got there! 3 and... Is Titan Vial secretly the new meta? Is Titan Vial the new meta, chat? Have I broken Modern? Solo yo puedo ganar con estos decks. No digo que no. No digo que no, Iván. Have a list, but I can't get home until 6 p.m. Can you squeeze the league in that late? Yeah. 6 p.m. EST. So that is in 1 hour, right? Yeah, we're probably gonna be finishing up this league by then. One hour ago? Oh, what do you mean? Oh, you mean play in the league? Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, we can definitely make it work, Donnie. And 0+707 needs more Dreadmaw says. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for the support. 3 trackers, talk to me, friend. Oh yeah, this is definitely tracker deck. Yeah, tomorrow's Legacy. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna be doing Legacy tomorrow. So if you have a list, spicy one, let me know, Donnie. We'll make it work. We'll make it work for sure. Lately in Legacy, I've been really digging Esper Vial. Where is Elder Gargaroth? I think it's probably just worse than Thragtusk in Modern specifically. It has 3 moat. It's spicy. I mean, you have me at 3x. You have me at 3x. I didn't even need to read moat. Wait, what? Okay. So, turn 2 Steve. Turn 3 Tracker plus Clue. Okay. Best top deck, probably Vial. Maybe, just maybe, we could top deck Reclaimer. Reclaimer would be hot too. But it moves to 4. Why not play Coco? This deck looks like a worse Green Valley Time from like 2 years ago by Todd Stevens. I mean, I'm playing Primeval Titan in my deck. I'm playing Eldrazi in my deck. It's a different deck. If you look at the deck, you're gonna see that it's very different from what Todd Stevens would play. Nuts. Not to be rude, just Vial doesn't look good in a 6-drop deck. How many matches have you played with this deck, Big Monkey? Because I'm gonna guess that I have played more than you. And like Vial is like the Titans are your top end. You folks are trying to think of this deck in a logical way, and by doing that, you're just missing the point of the deck. Okay, so what's the best thing to do here? I can attack with Reclaimer, or I can play Steve. Yeah, you folks are getting those preconceptions, that logical thinking. You're grabbing your logical thinking and try to apply it to this deck. We're currently 3-0, not through logical thinking, but because I am just playing cards that have synergies and they somehow work together. This is basically the same concept as Esper Vial, right? It's just a pile of good cards that when you put them together, they work together because you can tutor for each other and stuff. Okay, so, but you have to only watch friend plays they compare. Yeah, I mean it's a different deck than the Green White Value Town deck because you know the plan is different. We're not playing 4 Ghost Squatters. We're just playing a different deck. We have a different strategy, and I'm only playing 6. I'm gonna only playing 3 6-drops, right? Which I am ramping towards thanks to Reclaimer and Steve, and that I am like I'm not going to Vial in these cards as often. I'm just going to hard custom. But we already have seen multiple times this league how like Vial allowed me to do tricks at instant speed, or it just netted me extra mana and gave me value that way. So that is the point. It's like some extra ramp and some added flexibility. So if I Reclaimer here, I'm only getting, I think I'd rather just play Steve and attack with Reclaimer. Trying to think logically, we're using our brains. What's wrong with using our brains? Vial beats Gust on Titan. I mean, you're laughing, Spider Space, but that's literally how this deck was born. Somebody suggested, oh, how can we beat Aether Gust? And somebody said, we can use Aether Vial, Kappa. And I'm like, what do you mean, Kappa? When you say Kappa, what are you talking about? I'm very serious about this. So now we're going to Dryad, and now we're gonna get to activate Reclaimer. And depending on what they do, it's what we are going to go fetch. So the only card that I really don't want to see is Ugin here. We can beat most other payoffs, but Ugin is a problem. Nothing is also okay. Okay, so we're gonna go get Ghost Quarter then. Then we're gonna be able to Vesuva the Ghost Quarter. And do that. It's pretty sick. 1, 2, 3. No Vesuva. I'm gonna Eternal Witness, I'm gonna replay it, and then I'm going to Vesuva. What this does is it allows me to activate Reclaimer again. So they fetched for that tower, so I assume that they don't have another copy of it. So I'm going to pass the turn, and I'm going to not activate Reclaimer here. Activate Reclaimer here on end step. Probably go get Valakut so we can start killing my opponent a little bit quicker. If I get Valakut, we deal 3 damage. No, it's actually better for me to go get Flagstones. When Titan Vial gets either Vial banned, I will shut up about logic. This is the perfect example of a Johnny deck. Yeah, that makes sense. No arguments there. Because I'm going to be losing this Ghost Quarter, so I have to actually start getting ahead on lands. So I'm going to go get Flagstones with this activation. And I don't care about drawing the cards, I care about drawing lands, so I'm going to play Courser. Steerings. What's wrong with enjoying playing Trident tested decks? Nothing. I do that all the time. I do that only on Fridays. I only allow myself to enjoy playing tier 1 decks on Fridays. Alright, so my opponent is tanking here, so I assume that they don't have it. They have Oblivion Stone. Which is pretty problematic. Let's topic. So we have 12 damage plus 4. Oh no, this is just lethal. I'm forgetting that I was trying to think, okay, if I go Squatter myself, I can grow the Elvish Reclaimer. But then, like, this is just 12 damage. So that's cool. So that's cool. Because I might as well do it for value. Just to make my dude a 3/4. Whee! Valakut, Valakut. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, sealed. All right, so this and these. Definitely want ramming up. Don't want Oracle. Do we want Thalia? I feel like we do. Cut trackers. I think I want Question Beast just because it's a way to answer Planeswalkers. Bellower actually does sound reasonable because we can go get ramming up with it. How do we feel about Golos? I think I'm gonna shave the Thalias. Brutal. Gonna have to ship this. And we are gonna keep this. Turn to Steve, turn 3 Damp Sphere. Easy. Ponemos to 3. Ponemos to 3. I have to start rethinking, you know, reassessing my own thoughts about the stream, because, you know, we're clearly about to 5-0 with Titan Vial, and I can't win with AmuLIT for the life of me. Oh, hello. Well, because I have Flagstones, I think I'd rather play Reclaimer here first instead of the Steve. Dismember, Wilt. Chromatic Sphere. 7 inflation, extra land drop, push-ups, and deck texture more expensive. There has been an inflation, yes, 30. There has been inflation. And I also cut the video option. You know you were getting away with murder there, right? It was too good of a deal. It was too good of a deal. I'm only missing Dryad. Should I buy this deck in paper? I mean, I'm not saying not do it. On a more real note, if you enjoy AmuLIT and stuff, it's probably not a bad idea to buy Dryads. And if you're planning on buying Dryads, you can use that. You can use my TCG Player affiliate link in order to support the stream for free and no extra cost to you. Hashtag sponsored. As long as I can eventually get me to play Merfolk, wow. That Merfolk does count as a meme stream though, just so you know. Did we 5-0? We're on the way. We're on our way there, Big Monkey. Royal Egg coming back with a Twitch from sub. Thank you so much, Royal Egg, for the Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold for the 4th month. Get most of my cards off Card Sphere, trying to avoid spending cash. Oh, fair enough. So I did play the other 1-drop into my opponent's Blast Zone, because honestly, like if they're gonna be doing that, I don't care too much. Like if they're going to destroy their own land in order to slow me down, Probably okay with that. And here I think we're just gonna get another flagstones. All right. What does my opponent next turn look like? Here's the list. All right, check it out later, Donnie. Even X beats motherfucker. I don't know if we play wet ball here. I'm trying to see what's the quickest way to get my opponent dead. And I'm thinking that the quickest way to get them dead might involve the Dryad. And it might involve going to get Valakut. But I could also double activate Reclaimer this turn. Which means I get to... I think I'm going to double activate Reclaimer. Because it means that I can sack Flagstones and then I can sack Flagstones again. So I think one of these activations is going to be right now main phase. So my opponent cannot crack the Blast Zone in response. And then the other one is going to be on my opponent's end step. Crack faction activate. I think next turn I'm going to Dryad plus Wet Ball, and I'm going to start triggering Valakuts. And we're actually going to start attacking with Reclaimer for sizable amounts of damage. Tron is online now. Oblivion Stone. Well, that sucks. So we're gonna go the field route. Please draw something. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I have to copy one of my opponent's land to trigger field. That's awkward. I think I'm just gonna copy my own field. Easy, you see? 1, 2, 3. Dryad. Play extra land. Trigger fields. I guess I'm gonna play Damp Sphere. It forces my opponent to draw a land in order to be able to activate Oblivion Stone. It sucks because it means that we're gonna draw this forest, which is not a great draw. Is it right to slam DS here? Well, my opponent cannot crack Oblivion Stone, right? They're one land away. Now they can. So now, of course, it's worse. but before... sure we get our damage in there. Or force the crack. Okay, so if they allow me to draw cards, I'm gonna draw cards. I think I want to actually hold this in hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because we're gonna get to draw Titan next turn, which is basically an instant board state. Well, I guess that since we're gonna be drawing Titan, we don't need this. So, and then we're gonna pass because we already have lethal. So my opponent will need to crack this Soul Stone, and they have exactly one draw step. Will we play bounce on the top before swings? No, because if I play the bounce land first, then I don't get a board state afterwards, right? By doing this, if my opponent wants to crack, I am forcing them to take damage, because if they want to crack, then I'm gonna have 2 zombies by playing my land post combat, I think. Yeah, Oblivion Stone was very good for them there. We don't have Ghost Squatter, which is awkward. Karn liberated. Bellower could go get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bellower could go get Rhyming App, but we don't have Ghost Squatter in the yard just yet, so this seems better. Ghost Squatter, second field. And now we're gonna play a land, and Thalia is not doing shit, so we're just going to play Steve, which we have exactly one more fetchable. Instant board state. Not sure why I haven't said it yet, but this would like looking dope. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Glad you like it. So unless they find like a Mog or something, I guess Ugin would be the worst. Ugin would be the absolute worst. Oblivion Stone would be the second worst. And I guess Ulamog, we just beat it. Right? Yeah, we just beat Ulamog. Actually, Ulamog doesn't matter whatsoever. So it was either Ugin or Oblivion Stone. Those were the only cards that mattered. And Ugin would have been a lot worse, obviously. Because Oblivion Stone would have forced them to kill their own Karn. We're 4-0 with this pile. They also didn't have the mana to Ulamog. Oh, I thought they had two towers. Maybe they didn't have 2 towers and they had something else. Just why Vial? I mean, we have won matches where we played Vial and we activated it a bunch of times, and we haven't also won matches where we played Vial and we didn't activate it a single time and it just didn't matter. I'm not supposed to keep this hand. I'm not keeping this hand either. Noble Hierarch seems way better. Noble Hierarch doesn't allow you to cast to cast a Titan. Is this Ren and memes without Ren? No, it's different. Like the deck is built a little bit more like all around the curve, as opposed to with a focus on threes. Oh, we're playing against AmuLIT. Oh, that's right, it's Jacob. Feels bad, man. And they have the Explorer. Gross. Feels bad, man. It's the mirror. This hand did not work out, chat. This hand did not pan out. If I'm gonna fall to anybody, at least I'm falling to the superior deck, right? Wait, what? That's right, Jacob told me that. Told me that he was messing around with Simian Spirit Guides. I forgot about that. That's hilarious. Noble Hierarch over Vial. Like we actually, in my initial list, I was playing Noble Hierarch, and Hierarch grossly underperformed. You're using your mana in a lot of other different ways. And Vial allows you to develop your game plan while you're using your mana to activate Reclaimer, to crack clues with Tireless Tracker. There were actually 4. I actually can't remember how many, but there were some number of Noble Hierarchs in my original list, and they were so bad that I cut them. It's really funny to constantly be receiving like advice about how to build this deck from people that have not played a single match with it, and it's just like like it's cool. Like I there's 2 ways of doing this, right? Like there's 2 ways of presenting the comment. One way is saying, well, we could try this, and the other one is saying Noble Hierarch is definitely better than Aether Vial. Right? There's two very vastly different ways of presenting, of saying the same thing, basically, right? And one of them sounds rude, and it sounds like you're basically telling me that I have no idea what I'm doing, because like when in reality it is the actual opposite. So that's why I'm like, I would appreciate it if you could, how can I say it? If you could frame it differently. Particularly when you have not played a single match with this deck, and I have, so. We have fallen to the superior brew. Yeah, my opponent's deck is more powerful. Damn it. Advice won't end because people are super curious. Just stick through it and ignore it too. As a person who is giving advice in backseat gaming, I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it is mostly about that, right? Like I love people in chat saying stuff, like commenting and being watching what's going on, and we're all experiencing this together in the end. But it's just like one of them has a different spin, Both ways of presenting the same idea have different spins, and they have like a little bit of a different flavor to them. One of them sounds cocky and condescending, while the other one sounds welcoming, right? Did we do it yet? No luck, Shana. We've been very, very unlucky, and we've been completely destroying our opponents before we actually get to cast the card. It's been brutal. Vial just seems so odd to me in the deck with the curve like this. Yes, because you're used to seeing Vial decks do something else. Right? There's no Vial deck in the entire Modern format. Probably in literally any... There's no Vial deck in any format ever that has also been a ramp deck at the same time. Right? That's just not a thing that people are used to seeing because it just doesn't exist. So it's obvious. Obviously, you have, like, you're not gonna be able to properly assess the value of the cards, or to properly understand how the cards work when there has never been a deck like this before, right? Well, we can get Titan next turn, so I guess this sucks, but I'm gonna have to just play Steve here, and then we're just gonna have to basically chill. But we can actually, like, my opponent can actually cast a Titan here, so... Flashing the Mind Sensor. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that on my opponent's turn. So hopefully I don't find a Valakut here, because that would be problematic. Who does this guy think he is? Oh, come on! Alright, we fell to the superior deck, Chad. We fell to the superior deck. Feels bad, man. I guess we only managed to get a 4-on-1 with this. Oh, man. Brutal. Brutal. Okay. You ever in Scoop before they could fetch for the basic in the top 4? Yeah. Yeah, that was gross. That was gross. Finding exactly the Valakut in the top 4. It was tough. It was tough. Alright, 4-on-1 though. This deck just continues to win. Like, the last league that I played with this was also 4-on-1 somehow. We can probably play one more league. It's just a matter of, do I want to make any changes to the list? We could test Illadambri's Call. Stabs with the Twitch from sub. Almost a year, baby. Oof. So close. So close. Oh man, I only have one of the correct art in the number skull. Let's see how expensive they are. All right, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that because that was absolutely awesome. I had a good time with that one. We're gonna try another league, and we're gonna try out probably some number skull in place of Thalias to see what's up. If you're watching YouTube, thank you so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.